Howdy YouTube, it's Zipdisk again with another couple of Transformers reviews. Tonight I needed to do a quick response to MrBlanchard1985, who did an interesting and rather funny review on Credit Crunch Transformers recently that he found at a local £1 store over there in the UK. One of his figures was sort of an Optimus Prime-y thing, and I wanted to show him the original mold. This is Legends Cybertron Optimus Prime. I do not like this figure. This section here is too long. This doesn't even look like a truck of any kind, really, except for something Cybertronian, which Cybertronian is kind of a code word for crap in a lot of cases. I mean, it works for some things. For Sharkticon, it works. For, let's say, for some of the older G1 figures, it kind of works. For some of the Target Masters. For Cyclonus, it works. This does not work. This does not look like anything. It looks like a really ugly truck. This is Cybertron Optimus Prime from the Cybertron cartoon, or Galaxy Force, and this is his Legends figure. His transformation is also crap. You pull these down, you pull these around, just like that figure you had, Mr. Blanchard. You take this, pull those around. These arms are sticky and don't want to come out the way they're supposed to. You flip that around. Do the same on this side. Like that, you see. Then you flip this arm around. You just have to yank his little head up until it clicks into place. And this is him. In robot mode, he's not too bad. He's a nice little Optimus Prime, and I have him on my Mini Prime shelf. I'll get around to the other two Mini Primes one of these days. But he's hardly posable at all. These don't move. All he's got is a little bit of articulation in his elbows, and that's it. That's all the articulation you're going to find in this guy. For a modern figure, even a Legends figure, that's unacceptable. This is just not a good figure. And I picked him up at a local dollar store for maybe $3 as a Legends figure. The only reason I got him is because I wanted a tiny Prime and I wanted a Transformer when I went over there. That's it. Now onto my other review, which unfortunately is not much of a better figure. A few weeks ago, TattimusPrime, maybe a month ago, did a review of this guy. This is Universe 2.0, Classics 2.0, whatever you want to call it, 25th anniversary, Ironhide. And yeah, it's not a great toy. Today I'm going to do his remold, recolor, Universe 2.0, Classics, 25th anniversary, Ratchet. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this vehicle mode because this vehicle mode is crap. Look at that. It is covered in cracks. This deco on the side is nice. Rather nice deco on the side, but it's ruined, completely ruined by all these cracks and gaps and holes. Look at this. This back window, they couldn't even fill this in or paint it or anything. It's just open. And that looks like garbage. This window up front is blue plastic. This window on the side is blue plastic, but all this is just painted. It looks awful. The back window is rather nice. From behind, this is a nice vehicle. From the front, it's a decent vehicle. From the sides, it looks like garbage. This is unacceptable, frankly. The only good point is they added this. This is one of the parts that's remolded. They added a light bar to make it look more like an ambulance rather than just this SUV thing. Although I don't know how they're going to get anybody in the back of this thing. Also, the license plate. If you can get a good glimpse on that. Let me see. It says, Help H3LPU2. Help U2. Nice little reference there. Anyway, onto his transformation, which is unnecessarily complex and totally given away by all of these cracks and holes in the side. First thing you do, you separate this, pull up this big huge chunk right here. You pull these up. Pull these parts up here. They kind of clip into place, and this one just fell off. Yeah, this guy is frustrating to transform, not fun to transform, and he sacrifices so very much for his I would say gimmick, but his gimmick's his transformation, and that's not a gimmick. That's the toy. You take this, you fold this back, and there you basically have one of his legs. Do the same thing on the other side. And then you have his other leg. So basically you've got both of his legs at this point. Now for his top section. First thing you're going to do, this top section, is pull these out. Like so. That's okay. Oh, and pull his weapon out. His weapon stores away. I will give him points for that. I will give you points for having a weapon that stores, which is a good thing on most of these Universe 2.0 Classics 25th Anniversary Autobots. Most of their weapons store away when they're in vehicle mode, and that's good. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is slide this down. Now, we're going to pull these around. Pull these around to the side like so. And then this is the actual part, a part I do like. You should take his bumper and flip it in, and it brings his chest piece up, showing all kinds of techie detail and an Autobot symbol. That is acceptable and cool. If this had been in a better toy, I would totally recommend this toy to anybody. Okay, now, you fold this part down. Take this part and fold it down. You take this, which is really hard to do. You fold that back. You pull his legs back like this. There's his head. He's almost finished except for his arms. You slide that arm down like that. You flip out the hand. You turn it. You turn it that way. Same thing on this other arm. And there you basically have Ratchet. I will say a couple of things in its favor. Flip that, close up his waist area and flip down his legs some more. He's got decent articulation. You can flip these arms, a full 360. Same with this arm, full 360. His head will move to the side and to the other side. His legs will move out to the side, they'll move forward, they'll move back, they'll move at the knees. He's got lots of good articulation. And I actually kind of like his robot mode. I think that's a good robot mode. I like the head sculpt. I like most of his robot mode. It's a little kibbly in the back, but that's not too bad of a problem with him. Problems with his arm. Anyway. Arm's being stiff and weird. Oh, that's because I'm bending it at the wrong area. Anyway, that's him. He's got this. It's the same exact weapon as Ironhide's. It'll clip onto his in place of his hand. One thing I will give him over the Ironhide mold, and I'll show him in comparison. Ironhide looks very plain. He is red. He is red almost all the way around. And he's got this ugly blue face. Ratchet has more color. Ratchet has reds. He's got those shoulder panels with the heartbeat insignia on it. He's got this nice head with this. He's got a silver face with blue eyes. The problem is his light piping doesn't work because it's blocked by this. Aside from that, he's a good robot mode, but it's unacceptable. A robot mode should never completely and totally sacrifice the vehicle mode, ever. When a vehicle looks that bad, it's not a good toy. That's the truth. He's got this big backpack, his wheels fold up in an interesting way, but it forces his head to look down, so he always looks like he's depressed. I like Ratchet. If you like Ratchets and you absolutely have to have Ratchets, get this one. But as far as I'm concerned, G1 Ratchet is a better toy than this, and it looks like crud in robot mode, because it has no head. That can be fixed now with those new heads released by a fan group. But this is garbage. It looks decent in robot mode, but totally sacrifices the vehicle mode. You do not sacrifice one mode for the other and expect it to be a good toy. That is not something I'm going to stand for. I will not recommend this figure to anybody but mold completionists and people who absolutely love Ratchet. And if you absolutely love Ratchet, buy the animated version. It is a much better toy than this. This has been Zipdisk with another review. 2 actual reviews of toys I don't like, which I don't do very often, but I figured this one had to be done. And this is also a shout out to Mr. Blanchard and Tattimus, who did the original versions of both of these toys. Well, one of them was a knockoff, and one of them was the Ironhead version. But I had to say, this is not an acceptable toy. I don't care how good it looks in robot mode. It does not succeed. Thank you very much, and have a great night.